Good morning, high school sports fans. This is Joe Gilloway with Linglestown Gazette Sports, and this is Gazette Sports Weekend Podcast, where we focus on high school sports. We may mention some college sports every now and then, or if there's something huge going on in professional sports, we'll throw that out there too. Anyway, we have no sponsor at this point. No sponsor at this point. We could use a sponsor. We'll let you be our sole sponsor for this show and make sure that you get a lot of exposure for that, and it'll cost you very little. So what I'm going to do until I get a sponsor is use some local charities as my sponsor, and certainly not charge them anything. Last week it was Four Diamonds. They had a silent auction at Central Dauphin High School, and I went there. I got some stuff. I bid on some stuff and won. Very happy with what I won. We're going to go with Four Diamonds again, and there's a food truck festival at Central Dauphin High School. Once again, to benefit Four Diamonds. This is the first time they're doing that. Saturday, April 21st at 11 a.m., The rain date is a week later on the 28th at 11 a.m. But I think there's like 13 or maybe 17 food trucks all coming together at the high school. And who doesn't like food trucks? I mean, it's going to be a blast. And once again, all proceeds to benefit Four Diamonds, which helps children and their families battle childhood cancer. One heck of a charity there. And so come out and eat. If you didn't like auctions, fine, but you definitely like food. The other thing we're going to try to do here is, since it's a weekend podcast, let's get rid of that music. Man, I like music a lot. All right, but we gotta cut that down, cut that out. Anyway, that was Nasty Girls by Vanity 6. The instrumental, of course. We wouldn't play those lyrics on this show. And that was a Prince song. Prince wrote, produced, engineered, everything, that Nasty Girls song by Vanity 6. So what I'm going to try to do is not stick to or adhere to I was going to try to do this 8 a.m. every Saturday. It's just not going to work for various reasons. And I think most people end up watching it later on, maybe today, or I'll post it and tomorrow or whenever. So it was just too much pressure for me to try to get up, and I have work to do on Saturday mornings, and I'd rather not have the pressure. I came in, I believe, a little unprepared, maybe a little low energy last week. I'm very good at taking my own inventory when it comes to these kind of things, and there's definitely some room for improvement. So let's start with this. We don't need to hear that your brackets are busted, okay? Nobody had Buffalo. Nobody had Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC. And if they did, it was just as sort of a fun trick kind of, we'll just take any team here. So I keep hearing, man, my bracket's busted, my bracket's busted. Everybody's bracket's busted. You just have to hope that moving forward you have better picks than everybody else. And it's very, very important to pick the winner, by the way. I went with a team that nobody else in my pool of 19 selected. So if I can just hang in there till the end, I'll win. It's the Tar Heels, by the way. So anyway, what we're going to cover today is the PIAA basketball state tournament, of course. We're going to go over the Mid-Penn All-Stars, boys and girls, and touch a little bit again. Last week we touched on the Diamond Bragg More Than a Game Foundation. It's an all-star game, 2 all-star games. It'll be held Thursday, May 10th at the Farm Show Complex. Only $10. And that should be a great night, great 3 or 4 hours. Lots of talent. I'm going to go over some of them. I can't, we don't have time here to go through the whole list, but I'll give you some local players that are playing in that more than a game, all-star game, and maybe some players of note that may play out of the area, but a lot of us are familiar with. So anyway, we're going to start with the Lady Rams. Their season ended Tuesday night. It was a 42-39 loss to William Allen out of Allentown. They once went by Allentown Allen, and I don't know if they still do as a second sort of name, but William Allen. The Lady Rams came out of the gate, got a poor start. I think they were down 15-10 after the first quarter, which doesn't mean you're out of it by any stretch, of course, with 3 quarters of basketball left to play. But they never really got on track until maybe late third quarter or early fourth quarter, and it just came down to some fundamentals. I mean, not boxing out, not following shots. They got into a lot of foul trouble, and it's worth mentioning that they were called for 32 personal fouls. William Allen was called for 10. And I'm not going to sort of go too deep into this, but I thought William Allen played the same type of aggressive, upbeat, in-your-face defense as the Lady Rams do, and or did that night and all season, really. And 32 fouls to 10. The Lady Rams held William Allen to 0 field goals in the third quarter and 4 in the fourth. So 4 total zero in the third, 2 in the fourth. They scored 4 points in the second half off of field goals, but going to the free throw line is what the difference was in this game. And William Allen got there, the Rams did not. Sam Gress got in foul trouble. She missed the majority of the third quarter, and she's their scorer. So she had two fouls in the first half, and then she got a quick one in the third quarter. William Allen was trying to freeze the ball. They had a nice lead at the time, and they were just sort of had the ball up at the top of the key and weren't advancing it. And Sam went out, and she tried to make things happen. She tried to steal the ball, and she fouled the girl, and then she had 3, and there was a lot of game left. So Coach G, he really had to make a lot of personnel changes, like for the whole second half, most of the second half, and I thought he did a great job with that. So anyway, the Rams did lead once, 39-38 with 2:10 left in the game. They had 4 ties, so they were in the game after being down the vast majority of the game, but they just couldn't get it done in the waning moments. And I was there. I'm not going to get into exactly what transpired, but they had opportunities to get up and to keep a lead and to close the game out, and they just weren't able to do it. Jamie Brand was high scorer for the Rams with 14. Sam Gress had 11. Keon Andrews for William Allen contributed all over the court. She only had 8 points, but I'd love to see how many assists she had. She was dishing the ball, driving into the lane and dishing the ball out all game. Jakayla Wise had 10 for William Allen, and Asha Talib had 11. They were the girls the players that Andrews was dishing the ball to. So, I mean, credit the Lady Canaries. They're the Lady Canaries. They got it done. They came in there. It was Governor Mifflin Intermediate School was the gym. They came in there and they got it done. They took it to CD in most facets of the game, if not every facet. And they move on. They moved on, and they did lose their next game. So it was a successful season for the Lady Rams, though. They won another District 3 title. All in all, a fine season, and created a lot of good times for the fans, for the parents, and certainly created a lot of great memories for the players. 8 seniors are graduating from this team. We'd like to thank Carol, Grace, Rita, Cam, Jamie, Gabby, Nadia, and Faith for some great times over the last few years. And you young ladies are awesome. And from the whole Central Dauphin sports fans community, I'd like to thank you for some great moments. And we wish you all well moving forward. So let's get into the PIAA tournament here. What we got is we got District 3 and Mid-Penn teams dropping like flies. Very few are left at this point. I'm going to go through here because it won't be too difficult. We got Harrisburg girls left. They play today against Southern Lehigh. Southern Lehigh is the number 1 seed out of District 11. They're a Mid-Penn team, Harrisburg. We got McDevitt and Coach Joe Gilloway playing Berks Catholic, which is a fellow District 3 team, not a Mid-Penn team. And Berks Catholic is the number 2 seed out of District 3. I believe they're playing at Spring Garden High School. I spoke to Coach Bressy last night, and I think that's what he mentioned. Lancaster Catholic girls playing Scranton Prep. That's it for the girls. So there's literally 2 Mid-Penn girls teams left, McDevitt and Harrisburg. On the boys' side, Milton Hershey moves on, beat Archbishop Carroll last night. So they're still representing out of Mid-Penn, and they're in the state semifinals. They play Mars next. Mars was the number 1 seed out of District 7, WPIAL. And Trinity plays today. Trinity boys are still in there. They play Loyal Slock. Lancaster Mennonite plays Greenville on the team. A Lady Panther on the team. So let's start with the boys here. First team in the Commonwealth, Drew Freiberg from State College, Tony James from Harrisburg, Joel Torres from Chambersburg, Ryan Walker from Mifflin County, and Gavin Barnes from Carlisle. Some local kids that made it second team or honorable mention are Nerese Glenn from Harrisburg, Jordan McCraw from Central Dauphin East, and Terrence Danner from Central Dauphin East. And here's an interesting one. Ryan Smith, the freshman from Central Dauphin, didn't even start the season on varsity. Not even on the very end of the bench. Was brought up, I don't know, maybe midway through the season or a third of the way through the season. He made honorable mention, Mid-Penn Commonwealth All-Star. So, well done, Ryan. Ryan's got a bright future in a green and white uniform. Keystone boys, Roy Serena from Susquehanna Township, first team. Second team, we got Casey Caruso from Lower Dauphin, Devon Lee from McDevitt, Jake Kelly from McDevitt. Honorable mention, Luke Hendrick from Lower Dauphin made honorable mention in the Keystone. Mid-Penn All-Stars. Mid-Penn Capital Division, Danye Baylor Carroll from Milton Hershey. Fabulous dynamite player. If you can go watch him play in their state semifinal game, and I don't have the date and the time here, he's phenomenal. Ryan Hughes from Middletown, first team, all capital. Tim Cater from Steel High. His Steel High sports career, athletic career, has come to an end. What a phenomenal career for Tim Cater. Sean Good from Trinity. Second team, Jarvey Flowers from Steel High. Chris Plummer from Middletown. Trey Leach from Middletown. And honorable mention, Jelani Isom from Steel High. So I just sort of went over some of the local talent there. Mid-Penn Commonwealth Girls All-Stars. First team, Elena Eckley from Mifflin County. Amaya Woodyard from Harrisburg, of course. Dejanay Nene Brannon from Harrisburg. Sam Gress from Central Dauphin. And Ombrielle Green, or Ani Green, from Central Dauphin East. Round out the first team. Second team is players to note. Tierra Little from Central Dauphin East, well-deserved. And Grace Long and Jamie Brand from the Lady Rams both made second team Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Honorable mention, let me throw out Brianna McCullough, Birdie McCullough from Harrisburg, and Allison Hinish from Cumberland Valley. She's their only senior, Heinisch, I'm sorry. Allison Heinisch is the Cumberland Valley's only senior, and she made honorable mention. Keystone Girls, Amber Schweiger from LD, Olivia Fasik from McDevitt, Lauren Pettis from Susquehanna Township, Rachel Riley from Cedar Cliff, and Paulina Malinan from Lower Dolphin. I love watching Malinan play. I call her Big Country. She's a nice-sized girl, big shoulders, and she can bang under the basket. She can make threes, and she's become one of my favorite players to watch. A lot of these players, boys and girls, were at our Hoops Expo at Ted's Bar and Grill last month, and it's really cool to watch them get these accolades. Second team for Keystone Girls, Treasure George Morrow from McDevitt, Grace Day from Lower Dolphin, and honorable mention, we'll mention Jasmine Chisholm from McDevitt, Janelle Robinson, and Maddie Sittler from Cedar Cliff. And rounding out the Mid-Penn All-Stars, the Capital Division Girls, Diamond Bragg, of course, from Camp Hill, Sunshine McCrae and Cassidy Ingram from Trinity, Kate Fitzpatrick, she was at the Hoops Expo from Middletown. Kate has 2 years left, so watch out for Kate Fitzpatrick from Middletown. Phenomenal point guard. And then Passion Bragg, good for Passion. She joined her sister Diamond, her older sister Diamond, in the first team. Sheridan Reed from Camp Hill made second team. Aiden Finnegan from Trinity made second team. And honorable mention, worth noting, Serenity, is it Vido or Vidot? I'm sorry, from Still High. Jalen Moore from Trinity, and Michaela Nestor from Middletown. Congratulations to all the boys and girls, Mid-Penn All-Stars. And quickly, I'll go down over these rosters here. The More Than a Game. Let's see, where is my girls roster? I don't have it. Well, I can mention that next week, but I'll mention the boys that are in the May 10th Diamond Bragg More Than a Game All-Star Game. It's not till May, so I'm going to be mentioning the girls next week. Fred Molboff from Northeastern, phenomenal point guard. Ryan Hughes, again, from Middletown, of course. Tim Cater from Steel High. Tony James from Harrisburg. And Royce Arena from Susquehanna Township rounds out the local boys in that game. So once again, that game will be held Thursday, May 10th at the Farm Show Complex. $10 to get in. You can't beat that for 2 games. We're going to wrap up our Linglestown Gazette Sports, Bill Bostic and myself. We're going to wrap up our coverage of Lady Rams basketball this coming Wednesday. We're going to do one last Lady Rams Hoops weekly show with our special guest, Coach G. Randy Gambalungi, Coach G, will be our guest. We'll ask him a few questions. We're going to let his players come up with some questions, sort of fold them up in a piece of paper, drop them in a hat, and pull them out. So, Coach G, if you watch this, I'd be prepared for that. That should be fun. Those girls love Coach G, and he feels likewise about them. And that's why the loss earlier this week was so bittersweet, because I know they all wanted to just hold on to one another for like one last game, but it had to come to an end, of course. And another thing worth mentioning here is Central Dolphin boys basketball head coach Jay Crozier stepped down earlier this week after 10 years with the program. He had a 10-year record of 115 and 122. Had a real nice stretch from the 09-10 season through the 11-12 season. He won 63 games over those 3 seasons. The team sort of fell off after the 2011-2012 season. They went to the state semifinals that year, lost to Chester. But the team fell off after the graduation of star Devin Thomas. He was an All-America, went on to Wake Forest, and they were 3-20 this year. So I guess the writing was sort of on the wall there, but I know that Coach Crozier was very popular in the community. People really, really liked him a lot, and it's not always that easy to replace a coach, even one that you feel may needed to be replaced. So the job is posted. They're currently taking applications. I know that there's a school board meeting on the 26th of March, and that's where a coach would be approved for the position. The school board has to vote on it, but I can't imagine that they're going to have that athletic director Chris Hunter will be prepared to nominate a player or a coach. I'm sorry, by that point. So we're gonna do some live reports from Giant Center. Hopefully, I can sort of pull Bill Bostic in, like I've pulled him around for the last 3 months, and hopefully Milton Hershey will be there. But if there's no local teams, any District 3 or Mid-Penn teams playing in the state finals, I'll still cover some games. I enjoy it, and you still get to hear about and learn about some awesome student athletes, high school student athletes, and so anyway, I believe that's it. Once again, please try to get out. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 21st, 11 a.m. The what do they call that again? The food truck something or other. I'm sorry. Food Truck Festival at Central Dauphin High School benefits 4 Diamonds. You will not find a better charity for something of this nature to benefit. And there's all kinds of different. There's a Greek truck, and I believe probably the French fries. Is it Williams French fries will be down, and everybody likes them. And there's all kinds of different ethnic food trucks that will be represented. So they're our sponsor for today until we find another one that we can sort of hook up with and partner with week in and week out. So I believe that's going to be it. Let me try to find a little outro music, I guess you'd call it, rather than intro music. The opposite of intro is outro. Oh, this isn't easy. All right, forget about it. I don't want to take up too much time. This is tough for me by myself in here. I'm at the Orchard Street studio here. I'm trying to do this all on my own. I don't even know how it's going to turn out. I sort of press the button to get the camera rolling and come in here and do the best I can. But as long as I continue to join it and I'm providing people with some information that they find valuable, then we'll keep it up. So for Joe Gilloway, Linglestown Gazette Sports, this is Linglestown Gazette Weekend Podcast. Thanks for watching. Here we go.